Hey, good morning, everyone. Super excited to have an awesome guest on the line. He is a guest that I've known since basically birth. He's also from my hometown, Snowflake. And Jared, are you there, bud?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. So his name is Jared Baker, and he is not only a really good friend, but a wonderful, awesome businessman. And one thing I like about Jared is, you know, a lot of us are kind of just stuck in a groove or in a grind of everyday life, and we've just got our job and we just focus on that one job. One really cool thing about Jared is he actually runs two different companies. From how I look at it, just little overhead and not a lot of employees, and is able to run these two different businesses and does a great job at it. So he actually runs an insurance company and also a property management company. So Jared, I've always looked up to you for just being able to run those two companies with not, 20 employees running around. How have you been able to juggle that?
You know, the reality of it is if I was smart, I probably would expand more and have employees. But for me, I'm kind of a control freak, and anybody that's ever worked for me knows that. So I think things have to be done a certain way. And so for me, the easiest way to get it done the way I want it done is to do it myself. So, so I've done that. It's been successful for me. I'm able to operate both businesses and be good enough at them that I take care of my clients. So it's
right.
Yeah, it's comfortable for me that way.
That's funny. It's funny because that's probably why you get along so well. Is I'm also a control freak, and I've been at fault for 20 years working in the business and not on the business by many, including myself. And that's just kind of how I am. I would rather be working in it than on it.
Right.
And I like the everyday grind. I like the busyness. It makes time go by faster, and I just feel like I function at my highest productivity when I'm in it rather than on it.
I agree. That's totally a good way to put it. Like that shines some light on what I deal with. That's a good way to put it for sure. That's how I feel.
Yeah, and so when I'm working on it, I don't know. I know I was actually just talking about this yesterday with Connor and how I feel like I've missed probably. I can think of one huge opportunity I've missed because I've just been working in my business rather than on it.
Yeah.
And over the last 20 years, I can think of one opportunity where I just missed it because I haven't been, maybe keeping my eyes wide open and my mind open to bigger things, and for whatever reason. So I think I have missed some opportunities, and when you're working in it and not on it, you are missing some opportunities. But I think at the end of the day, I'm still feel good about myself working in it rather than on it. So.
Yeah, for sure. Like for me, I do like the grind. I do enjoy that part of it. And there's definitely opportunities. I like to hitch my wagon to guys like you because you are bigger thinkers. Like it helps me, think about growth and how I can make things better. For me, I'm not super driven by financial success. Like I'm the type of guy that if the bills are getting paid, I'm good, right? Like so.
Yeah.
And I enjoy both of my jobs. They're both service related, and I like to take care of people. So
right.
That's why I like to be in it. That's why I like the daily grind. But I also know that I've missed opportunities to grow as well, just because I get too comfortable in the day to day and don't think big a lot of times. So I do listen to your, to these that you put on Facebook or on YouTube. I do listen to them because I like to get other people's perspective because I just don't always think that way. And so it's nice to hear other people's perspective, how they're successful.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's always good to listen to all the other perspectives. Not that it's going to change us and we're going to change our business tomorrow, but I think it does add a percent or two that we can bring into our business from other perspectives. And so I think that's cool that you have that open heart, open mind, because you've been doing, these businesses for a long time. And it's funny because you mentioned, we have different drivers and Jared's driver is taking care of people and making sure that they feel important. And one of Jared's gifts also is when you're around the dude, he lets you feel and know that you're one of his best friends. And so, and those are definitely gifts of yours, taking care of people and being, letting people know in your presence that they matter and that they count. And there's one particular person I can think of that's close to me that I had no clue that, you know, it's Uncle Ben, that you guys get together here or there. And
yeah.
And I just thought, oh my gosh, dude, that's just very, very cool that Jared, he's just friends to a lot of different people that I don't know. So I appreciate that about you, Jared. Thanks for always being a friend to me and making me feel important.
You know what? Thanks for saying that. I feel like my circle's relatively small, and it's important to me that I culture those relationships, like that I grow them. I have, you know, some friends that have taught me a lot about friendships and relationships specifically and how they take work. And they do, but it's not grinding work, right? Like, it's just making sure people know that you're thinking about them and that you love them. And when somebody's face pops into your head, instead of just going on with your day, like, take a second to shoot a text and let them know that, hey, you ran across my mind, and you know, I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you and I love you. It's super important for me to do that, because I know when I get those type of texts or calls from people, it brightens my day and helps things go a lot smoother. And it's just good to let people know that you're thinking about them.
Right. I'm a big believer in that concept. I think you guys should listen to this again, and I'm going to repeat what Jared said, because I've been a big believer in that, and I can do better at it. When someone's face pops in your head, like you said, don't go about your day and forget about that person. Send them a quick text and let them know how much you care and care for them and love them. And I think that is important.
There's a reason that they're popping into your head. Like, God has a lot of plans for all of us that we don't always catch on to, but there's a reason that you're thinking about that person out of the blue, in my opinion. I just think it's important that you reach out to them and just let them know, give them a hug through the phone, let them know that you love them.
You're right. I pulled up this random video. So I was in California just for a quick day trip for my boy skateboarding Saturday, and I pulled into the gas station, and for whatever reason, before I ran in there, I pulled up a quick video. And right when I listened to that video, it's only like 10, 15 seconds long, I thought of a cousin immediately about that video. So I just shot it to him and said, hey, for whatever reason, while I was watching this video, I thought about you, and please take a listen to it. And I love you, man. And you know, and he replied back and said, hey, that meant a lot to me. You have no clue how much that meant to me. I needed that. And so, there's another time. This is kind of an interesting one. I had this guy in my little community. For whatever reason, a friend said that he had said something negative about me, and I don't even remember what it was. This was like 10 years ago. So this particular individual, who I knew and considered a friend, potentially said something negative about me. And my first response, which would be definitely human, would be to text that person and say, what the heck? What are you know, why are you talking crap, or why'd you say something mean? But all I did actually is I sent him a text and just said, hey, I appreciate you as a friend, and I'm just thinking about you, and I hope you're having a great day. And he actually texted me back this huge long text of saying, you have no clue how much that meant to me, of you just reaching out and saying hi and tell me you appreciate me. And so a lot of times we can combat these negative things with positive things. And maybe he did say something negative, but in the future, I don't think he's ever going to say that about me again, because he knows that I care and I love him. And, you know what?
There's so much to that. Like, the positivity will just eat up the negativity if you allow it to. It's just stronger, in my opinion.
It is.
Yeah, and it's easy to get sucked into the negative. It's super easy. That's in my nature anyway. My nature is to go to that negative side, but it's just carries more weight. The positivity just carries more weight and just wipes out all the negative, in my opinion.
You're right. You're right. The small light in the room is more powerful than all the darkness around it, and just the
100%.
positivity. You mentioned kind of something funny I want to talk about is like one of your drivers isn't necessarily to like be a gazillionaire, you're not driven by financial success. And so one of my best friends I was actually at lunch with, and we're talking about this concept, and he said, it's funny about me because one of his drivers is not financial success either. He said, what would be your goal for me to make in 1 month? Like as far as like how you think about me, how you feel about me, like to support my family, this and that. And I'm like, dude, if I could see you make X amount in 1 month, I think that would be great. I actually think you could probably do that just for the type of person you are, the worker you are, the person you are. And he's like, just so you can get into my head a little bit, Spencer, if I were to make that amount in 1 month, I promise you I would take the other 11 months off.
Yeah. Bro, I'm exactly like that. For me, I'm driven by being able to get out with my boys and my daughter and like golf or go to the lake or spend time with, the people that I love that I'm close to and travel, like whatever it is. Like I would much rather do that than be stuck in the grind. The grind is just a way to get that. But that's funny that he said that because I'm so just like that. Yeah, I'd take the next 11 months off. And so enjoy it. We only get one shot at this thing, dude. This called life, and I'd just rather spend it fishing or something,
Yeah. I'm so glad that my friend, it's one of my best friends. I'm glad that he shared that perspective with me because I actually never thought about that. And his character, it's the best dude ever, and it's who he is. But sometimes I find myself so much like in the grind and like, driven by that dollar. And so I appreciated that perspective that he shared with me.
I do too. That's a great way to put it, and it's true for me for sure.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So, man, tell me a little bit. You're getting close to being an empty nester, right?
We are. We have one boomer that's boomeranged back. My daughter, she'll be 22 next month. She just boomeranged back is living at home, but yeah, for the most part, we're empty nesters.
What was that transition like as far as like raising your kids and getting them going and out of the house, and all of a sudden they're just gone? Honestly,
it's been super difficult for me.
Yeah.
It's definitely a big change. It's not easy for sure,
right.
But it's one of those things that you have to go through. It just makes me realize how old I am. Like, I'll actually turn 50 this year, which is kind of crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, yeah, it catches up to you. But yeah, the empty nester thing has definitely been a transition that we're still working through. I have 3 grandkids now, which is the grandparent club is the best club on the planet. So you definitely have that to look forward to if you're a little younger and your kids are still at home. But definitely don't, like, the minute you blink, it's over and they're gone. So those of you that are listening that have kids at home, it's important that you think about that. Like, it's not always going to be that way, and before you know it, they're going to be gone. So definitely cultivate your relationships with your kids and make sure that they know that you love them and that you're proud of them, but because before you know it, they're not going to be at home anymore, and you'll be like I am, trying to figure out what the next step is in your life.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. So one thing to think about is basically your mom was, younger than us, or about our age when, I was hanging out at her house growing up in Snowflake. And your mom has always been someone that's made me know that not only am I welcome, but I'm also family. And for that I can,
she's awesome. She's one of the best people I know. Even if she wasn't my mom, I'd say that. Our home growing up didn't have a lock on the door, and anybody was welcome. All of my friends would hang out. our house was the house that people would come hang out at because there was food in the refrigerator and everyone was welcome to whatever. Like it was, yeah, my mom was great that way. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah, dude, she is the best. There's no doubt about it. So anyways, my time's spent. I don't want to take any more of your time, Jared, and thank you for spending a few moments on the phone with me and just going over a couple of these things that I've had my mind on and that have helped me process things. So I appreciate you and love you so much, man. Thank you.
I love you too, Spencer. Thanks for the opportunity.
Hey, thank you. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you.